Here with more tonight, retired four-star General Jack Keane, chairman of the Institute for the Study of War, and a Fox News military analyst. General, welcome. Good to have you here tonight.
Glad to be here, Martha.
You've heard the conversation proceeding. We saw the pictures and the voice of Vice President Pence in South Korea. He's just the latest of several of our top officials, including military officials, to visit South Korea. How is the structure around this issue developing and changing in the Trump administration?
Well, they're recognizing that this is probably their most dangerous threat that they're facing. And what is different about this? I mean, North Korea's had nuclear weapons for 20, 25 years. So that's certainly not the issue, because multiple administrations have never done anything about that. And I don't think this administration would. What's truly happening here is this irrational, unpredictable leader, as we accurately describe him, is rushing towards a ballistic missile capability. You talk about strategic patience. He has strategic impatience. And that's what's got our attention, because he wants to weaponize those ballistic missiles that could range our U.S. bases and our allies, and as he has advertised on more than one occasion, actually developed an intercontinental ballistic missile which could range the United States itself. The fact is that he is developing this missile technology at a very accelerated pace, and that has got our attention, coupled with the rhetoric that he would actually use it. So, yes, this administration, I think, has faced this full square for what it really is. One of my problems with President Obama for 8 years, he had a tendency to minimize the actual threat and exaggerate our performance against threats in the world. And I think they purposely minimized this North Korean threat.
So there's about 26 million people in North Korea. And you look at these parade videos, and we've seen the images of people in the streets, you know, praising their leader, their dear leader, and all of this sort of, you know, fabricated in some cases, or maybe they, you know, maybe it is true. Maybe everyone believes everything that is expressed on their face when they look at this leader. But Jack, what can you tell us about these people? Because we have seen in the past that the power of the people can be very instrumental in turning a new leaf in these situations. Is there any potential for that in North Korea?
Very little potential. This is a totally terrorized and intimidated population. The population doesn't even eat food properly. You know, their body makeup is totally different than the people in the South. They're shorter. They don't have as large a frame. They're not healthy. No, that's not going to happen. What we're doing now, what the Trump administration has said, is we're going to rely on China to do what they have never done before, almost 25 years. All the political, economic, and diplomatic options associated with China failed. But I do believe that President Trump did get to President Xi on this issue. And I know for a fact President Xi called last Wednesday after a follow-up to the Mar-a-Lago meetings that took place on the weekend and indicated that he is willing to work towards denuclearizing North Korea. He's going to start with economic sanctions. This will take some time to play out, but that's a move in the right direction. He's got another option that he's probably never going to talk about, and that is to assassinate Kim Jong-il and create a military coup or some kind of coup. You get another leader who's actually more responsible. Whether that's possible or not, given the dimensions of North Korea and China, I can't see from this vantage point. But for sure, publicly, he's going to move in a direction that none of his predecessors have moved in, and that is to begin to economically sanction North Korea, to get their attention, because 85 to 90% of everything that happens in North Korea from an economic perspective comes through China. So we have to applaud that effort. It will take some time. Meanwhile, we know what North Korea is going to be doing. They're probably going to blow up their nuclear tests, their sixth one, and they're going to keep missile developing and testing those missiles. Now, thankfully, I do believe that we're interdicting those missiles, as we have just seen this weekend, and about 50% of those missiles that they test have in fact failed.
Well, maybe those tests are tests for us as well, in terms of our ability to take them out, if indeed that's what happened. And of course, the reason that they don't talk about assassination from the White House is because it's against U.S. international policy to do that. We'll see. General Jack Keane, thank you, sir. Always good to have you with us.
It wouldn't be our assassination. It would be the Chinese, Martha.
I understand. All right. Thank you very much, General. Good to see you.